The name of the game today is finding items that sell for $50 or more on eBay or Poshmark. I'm going to show you every one that sold for me in January for $50 or more. Let's jump into it. All right, as you can see, the first item right here is a Levi's corduroy pearl snap shirt. This was new with tags. I picked this up from Marshall's for $10 and this sold for $50 plus shipping. Here we have a Polo Ralph Lauren estate rib sweater with the Flesh Pony logo. Let me zoom in on that for you. When it has all the different colors, that's what it's called. The keyword is Flesh Pony. This also is new with tags and it says estate rib right here. So that's how I knew that it was the estate rib sweater. This sold for $52.95 plus shipping. Sorry to interrupt the video, but I need your guys' help. My wife and I are expecting baby number 2 at our house in less than 2 weeks officially. And one of the things I'm not very good at when it comes to being a clothing reseller, I have to admit, is doing the laundry for the items that need to run through the wash, or if something has a small stain, getting that stain out. I'm just honestly not very good at it. And I also don't usually take the time to actually do it. A lot of these items are winter items, so I wanted to get them listed as quickly as possible before winter is over. But the truth is we're having a baby in less than 2 weeks, and that's just not gonna happen. And by the time I come back to work after taking some time off, it's gonna be a little bit too late to get these things sold. So that's where you guys come in. On Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm gonna be going live on Whatnot and I'm gonna be running $1 auctions for all these items. Now I will go through the items beforehand and point out any single thing that might need scrubbed, a stain, might need washed. A lot of the items just need ran through the washing machine. I just got too far behind. I'm not gonna get it done in time. So let my failure be your reward. So I'll see you on Wednesday. Come to the show, come hang out and come get some steals. This brand is definitely one to be on the lookout for, and you kind of gotta know a few things to find this brand. So I'm glad you're on this video so you can find this brand when you're out of the thrift store. It's called State and Liberty. This is the only tag on the entire garment. And honestly, sometimes this is ripped out. So sometimes you'll just see this little size tag here. And honestly, it looks like a cheap knockoff shirt, just the tag. But if you feel it, the quality does feel really nice. If you come down to the bottom, so right here, underneath the buttons, there's a little S and L embroidered on the shirt. That's how you know that it is the brand State and Liberty, and these sell great. This one sold for $53 plus shipping. Also sold this vintage Dallas Cowboys starter jacket for $50 plus shipping. Really cool here. Cool vintage tag, good size of XL. Cowboys always sell well. It's just a team with a huge fan base, so their stuff does sell a little bit better than some other teams. Sometimes I do have to pass on the basic V-neck pullover styles, but if you find the half zip puffer jackets, those are some of the best ones you can find in the starter jackets. I sold this Patagonia Nano Puff vest. It actually had a company logo right on the front, but it also was new with the tags. You can see right here it says a Nano Puff vest. The retail price on this was $189. So somebody got a great deal at $55 because of that company logo. Basically, it was able to sell for much less than the retail price, and somebody that doesn't care is still getting a great deal. This next item is a style-based pickup. This is a classic tennis sweater look, which is a very in-style item right now. The brand is Nautica, so not a good brand. Nautica brand, not a good brand. Anyway, this is a cream like cable knit sweater. You can see the cable knitting here, and it has this chunky green, navy, white striped collar. That's the classic tennis look that you're looking for. This one sold for $51. This Levi's denim jacket sold for $50 plus shipping. I really liked the extremely dark wash on this. I even put raw in the title because it had kind of like that raw denim look. And I think those keywords helped it sell for about $50. I picked this up live in one of my videos. This is a vintage Dugan Donegal sweater. I had never heard of this brand, but when I saw that it was made in Ireland and was a wool silk blend and had a great print, I figured this would be a good item, and it was. It sold for $50. This is a pair of zero restriction Gore-Tex golf pants. This brand can be pretty good on its own, but if you find this zero restrictions brand with Gore-Tex fabric, you can see right here, 100% Gore-Tex fabric. That really elevates the value even more, and these sold for $55 plus shipping. This Peter Millar vest sold for, I think, $59 plus shipping. This one was brand new with the tags from, I think, St. John University. But all the Peter Millar outerwear sells really good in my opinion, and you'll even see some really good Peter Millar outerwear sales as we get up to the higher dollar items. Really quickly, we're gonna jump over to Poshmark and go over the items that sold for $50 or more on Poshmark now. Before we jump into those sales, I do wanna let you know that I've been promoting the software Autoposher for the last 8-9 months or so, and it's been a game changer for my business. They just changed their name from Autoposher to Nifty. Now it makes sense why they changed their name, because Autoposher sounds like it's something for Poshmark, but really they are for eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and Depop. So Nifty is definitely a better name because their software is a great tool to have in your tool belt. I use their software to cross-list my items from eBay to Poshmark, and they automatically delist the items once they sell. They automatically send offers, share my items on Poshmark, help me get followers on Poshmark, and so many other really helpful things for just one price per month. If you do want to try it, go down to the link in the description and get yourself a free 7-day trial so you can try it for yourself, and 15% off your first month. Okay, the first Poshmark sale is this Orvis chore jacket. You guys know I've been selling these chore jackets like crazy. Orvis is no exception. This sold for 54 bucks. This next one really surprised me. This LL Bean sweater sold for $80. I saw an $80 comp on eBay when I listed it, but I also saw a ton selling for like the $40 range. So I went ahead and listed mine at that $80 price, hoping to get lucky, and the sale came through on Poshmark. What I did was I went on the tag here and saw this item ID. I went and typed that into Google, 502807, and it told me that this was the Lambswool Aztec Nordic Sherpa lined full zip jacket. I know that's a mouthful, but that was their title from LL Bean, so I just used that in my title to make sure it's as accurate as possible, which helped me get that high sales price. Obviously, this thing had so many things going for it. The print on it, full zip, Sherpa lining, wool outside, a really great piece. This might be my very best sale of the entire month, but this is a Ralph Lauren Black Label 100% cashmere sweater. It was an excellent size of 2XL. It was new with tags, and it sold for $160. When you see this plain Black Label on Ralph Lauren, definitely look into it, even if you have to pay up. I paid $60 for this at the thrift store, and it sold within a month for $160. This next item is a North Face 3-in-1 jacket. You guys know I love these 3-in-1 jackets where you have the waterproof shell, the insulated liner on the inside, or you can zip them both together and wear it as one super warm and waterproof jacket. Those ones are super desirable, and this sold in just one day of listing it for 80 bucks. This is an excellent little brand here, Legends. I found this item 2 times ever, and both times it was new with tags, so I don't know what the used market is, but this is what you're looking for. Not Legend, but Legends. Excellent piece here. These are called the Luca shorts. It says right here, Luca Short 2.0, retail price of 70 bucks, and I was able to get 50 on the resale market, which tells me that that brand is pretty strong. Here we have a lot of 2 Bulwark FR shirts. Flame resistant apparel, from my experience, sells very well online because people that work actually just need those items, and they're very expensive retail, so they just want to get a deal buying them online. This even had a company logo embroidered onto it, but they were new at tags and 2 in the same size, so they were able to save on shipping by ordering 2 at the same time, and I was able to make a nice little bundle deal of both of them together for 50 bucks. Another item that really shocked me, this is a nudie jeans denim shirt. Obviously it's black with the pearl snaps and the sawtooth pockets. That's a good keyword that will elevate your value on items that have this little sawtooth pocket. This is what the tag looks like for this brand. This is a good jeans brand as well. When I saw this shirt, I'd never found their shirts before. I figured it would be good because the jeans were good. But when I looked up the black denim shirts, they sold for really, really good money. So super stoked about this $78 sale. Here we have a Patagonia Silent Down jacket. This had kind of marks all over it, and it still sold in just 2 hours for 75 bucks. In perfect condition, this could probably be like more of a $120 to $150 jacket, but I'm super happy about the quick flip because this had some stains on it here. some stains on the collar. So if an item is super good, sometimes I'm willing to pick it up even if I see that there's stains or flaws. If the item's that good, it can overcome those problems. Another LL Bean item here. This is just a goose down puffer jacket. This honestly also had some discoloration, some dark spots, wasn't in the perfect condition, but because it was goose down in the parka style, which is a longer length with a hood, and insulated, those are the kind of things that make up a parka jacket. That's a really good keyword that got this sold for 50 bucks. Okay, I mentioned Peter Millar outerwear earlier. This jacket sold in used condition for $130. This is the Crown Sport All Course jacket. I think it says that right inside on the pocket. Yes, right here in this photo here, you can see it says All Course right here. Peter Millar outerwear sells amazing for me. I got a message from a buyer on eBay saying that he got this jacket for $98 in new condition and was complaining about my price of $130. And literally 1 hour later, it sold for full price on Poshmark of 130 bucks. This next one is an online arbitrage find. I picked up 2 of these Mountain Hardwear jackets and actually ended up keeping one for myself because it was so nice and so warm and I had been freezing my tail off this winter. I paid 60 bucks a piece for these and was able to sell one for 135 and keep one for myself. Here we have a Bonobos blazer. It's the Jet Setter model. It had more of like a knit sweatshirt material rather than like a woven wool texture, which I think is one of the things that helped this sell for more money. It also is a nice unstructured fit, which is very in style right now. But Bonobos blazers are almost always a good pickup. I picked up that Bonobos blazer at a consignment store called Uptown Cheapskate, and right next to it, I found this Vuori shacket. They call it the Delmar Fleece Shacket. Obvious pickup here. This brand is super good. If you see this brand Vuori, you're definitely going to want to pick it up, sometimes even paying up for it. This thing sold super fast. I had offers within 10 minutes of getting this thing listed. It sold for 69 bucks. We have another Peter Millar outerwear piece here. This one I picked up at Marshall's, I think for 48 bucks maybe. I can't quite remember. Either way, it sold in one day. I actually picked up 2. One sold on eBay, one sold on Poshmark. Both sold within a day. This one sold for 143 bucks. This was called the Suffolk Quilted Travel Coat. Really nice quilted design with some, brown details. Here we have another Orvis barn coat, chore jacket, whatever you want to call it. These things sold like crazy for me this winter and they're still selling great. This one is in that more classic tan brown colorway, so I think that's why it sold for more, for 67 bucks. Another staple for my winter online stores are the Polo Ralph Lauren bi-swing jackets. This is like the Saturn outside bomber shape with the plaid lining on the inside. This one was XL tall, excellent size, sold for 66 bucks. And my last sale on Poshmark before we jump back to the eBay sales is this Carhartt jacket. This one was not vintage, just a really good style with the heavy duck canvas on the outside and the quilted lining on the inside. Sold for 85 bucks. All right, here we have 2 back-to-back sales of these Converse Chuck Taylor Tech Tough high top sneakers. I know it's a mouthful. Both with the camo print. One sold for 51, one sold for 54, both plus shipping on these. I picked these up on Cyber Monday from a sale called out in the Bread and Butter group, where there was a discount code stacking on top of a different discount code on the Converse website, and I think I was picking these up for $9 a piece. Another $50 sale with this Wallace & Barnes chore jacket here. Really cool tag. I love the Wallace & Barnes tag. It's one of my favorites. It's got all the great utility pockets. They called this the Field Mechanic jacket, so I made sure those keywords were in my title. For $55, we sold an Eddie Bauer jacket. This was in used condition, so great sale for a used Eddie Bauer jacket. You can see the logo here. It did also have a company logo, but I'll tell you why this one was worth so much. It's because it was from the Weather Edge Plus line. The Weather Edge Plus, and Weather Edge Pro are all really good lines to be on the lookout for within Eddie Bauer. This item sold in like a day of me listing it. This was a Nuitags Aaron Woolen Mills sweater with the super heavyweight cable knit, chunky knit, fisherman knit, all the good keywords here. It's got a great texture and design to it, and it was Nuitags, so really nothing to complain about here. 100% merino wool, made in Ireland, all the great things that you're looking for in a sweater, sold for 60 bucks. Next up are some Patagonia Iron Forge hemp double knee pants. Another one that's a mouthful, but obviously I knew these were going to be good when I saw they had the double knee, because that's the first place that pants wear out. So with that reinforced knee, these are going to last a super long time. And they were new with tags. I picked these up for $15 at the thrift store. The retail price was $89. And they sold really fast for $56. Another great brand to be on the lookout for is the brand Stio. Let me find the tag for you guys. This is what the brand tag looks like. These were a men's pair of mountain biking pants. They also have this little pine cone logo. These sold really fast for $63 plus shipping. Another sleeper brand is the brand Arborwear. This is the logo that you're going to see most common, and this one was new with tags. It even had some company logo embroidered onto it. It still sold really fast. Luckily, right here it said Tech Double Thick Pullover Sweatshirt, so I knew how to list it and look it up properly. Sold really quick for 55 bucks. Another pair of Converse from that same sale. I think I paid somewhere between $6 to $9 for all the pairs. These were just some cream mid tops, sold for 60 bucks. If you watched last month's video, I sold another one of these Hook quilted shackets. Really nice item from a decent brand. The used items like basic shirts and stuff from Hook, I'd probably be pretty careful of, but outerwear is still going to be some of the best items in all these brands. Retail price was $120, and we sold it for $65. Here we have a pair of new with tags FootJoy athletic fit pants. The reason I picked these up is because they were the athletic fit. You know that you're looking at the athletic fit when it has this small little like rubbery logo on the pocket, and then it also will say it on the inside tag right at the top like this. These ones do sell for a little bit more even in used condition, and with these being new, I knew they would sell great. From that same haul where I got the Bonobos jacket and the Vuori shacket, I found this Vuori hoodie as well, and it sold super quick for 60 bucks. When you see this Vuori logo, you're pretty much buying it every time. This next one is a super thick and puffy goose down LL Bean jacket. You can see right here the tag is like wearing off, the condition's not great. But it still sold for 56 plus shipping. I sold my last one of these Nike rugby sweatshirt polo kind of things. This was new with tags, retail price of 90 bucks, which tells me it's a pretty good item when it retails for 90 and somebody's paying 76 on eBay for it. So I would say if you found this in used condition, this would be a really good style to pick up. With the embroidered logo on the front and the collar and the sweatshirt material. I sold this vintage Adidas puffer jacket. This had a really big, cool logo on the back, which I think definitely helped it sell better. Sold for 58 bucks plus shipping. Was able to sell these vintage Abercrombie & Fitch cargo pants in just one day. I think for like 63 bucks. We'll check in a second here. But these had a built-in belt, had like the little elastic bungees around the ankles and all the cool things. They were jersey lined, vintage. Paratrooper is the keyword to get those baggy cargo pants from Abercrombie & Fitch sold. They sold for 63. Another new with tags Peter Millar item. I guess Peter Millar was great for me in the month of January. This one was called the Auckland half zip or quarter zip fleece, I think. Either way, it was new with tags, but it was a little bit of an older tag. So just kind of lucky I stumbled upon this in the thrift store. It did also have a local golf course embroidered on it, but it still sold for 70 bucks plus shipping. Well, 69 plus shipping. Barber jacket sold for 59 bucks plus shipping. This one was called the Polar Quilts. Oddly enough, this actually wasn't one of the better models or brand or lines within Barber to find. But anytime I see Barber outerwear, it's pretty much an automatic pickup for me. This is the logo that you're looking for. Sold these New Balance 10,006 shoes. I actually put these as pickleball shoes because pickleball is just such a growing sport. People are obsessed with it. So I thought that would be a good keyword to get these sold. And it worked. The sell-through rate was not good on these shoes, but with my title, I was able to sell these really fast for $70. I found these new with this little tag at the thrift store. I think I paid 15 bucks for them. Happy about a quick sale on those. Next up, we have a True Religion trucker jacket with the sweatshirt hood. This style always sells well in Levi's, True Religion, all the denim jacket brands. When they have this sweatshirt hood, I don't know why they sell so much better because to me it doesn't make sense, but they always sell great. This one was new with tags, sold for 68 plus shipping. This next one is a cool one. This was a super long jacket. Brand was Under Armour, and this thing was super long. Let's see if I can get a measurement on it. Yeah, this thing was 42 inches long, so 3.5 feet long. Super long jacket, really cool like ski parka. Sold for 68 bucks plus shipping, I think just because of the unique design with it being super long. Here's another one of the exact same blazers, only just in a blue colorway. This one sold for 75 on an offer on eBay. Same thing goes for this one as the last one. This sale really surprised me. This jacket sold in just an hour of me listing it for 70 bucks plus shipping. Now I knew this was a really good jacket. This is a Brooks Brothers 346 line. Genuine leather suede jacket with the plaid lining. It had so many things going for it. Really cool jacket, but it did have a hole in the shoulder, pretty substantial in my opinion for a leather jacket. I put read in the title, made sure to document that clearly, and it still sold right away for 70 bucks. So I'm thinking that in perfect condition, this probably could have been a $100 jacket. I've been sitting on these New Balances for a super long time. I had them priced up at $150 to begin with. There weren't many comps on it, but I thought the colorway and style just would work, and I'd eventually find that right buyer. It slowly but surely hit my 50% off sale, ended up selling for 73 bucks and 68 cents, which I'm still not complaining about. I only paid 15 bucks for these a super long time ago, but I thought they would have sold for more, but I'm still happy to, make some money and get those things sold. Here we have another amazing Eddie Bauer jacket to talk about. This one was part of the Weather Edge Pro line. As I mentioned before, those ones are really good, but this one was also in the First Ascent line, so I knew this one was going to be even better. I did some digging on the internet to find out this was called the First Ascent Evertherm Goose Down jacket. Once again, I know it's a mouthful, but getting all those things in my title is what helped me sell this women's jacket for 80 bucks plus shipping. Next up, we have this Triple Aught design sweater. This was my first time ever finding this brand. This is the logo that you're looking for, and this is the label for this particular item. Made in USA wool sweater. It sold for 85 bucks plus shipping, and this, I had offers on this thing basically immediately once I listed it. So this is just a super strong brand you're going to want to be on the lookout for. Next up, we have these Revit Philly motorcycle riding jeans. These had armored pads in them. I took a picture here so that you could see that it did have the armor in the knee. Anytime you find motorcycle riding apparel, definitely look into it. They can sell for really good money. These sold for 80 bucks plus shipping. This LL Bean coat sold for 80 bucks plus shipping. This was a cashmere blend trench coat. Really cool piece. It's not really vintage, but it is a little bit of an older tag. You can see here it's 70% wool, 20% nylon, and 10% cashmere. Luckily, because I had that cashmere, I was able to put cashmere blend in the title, which definitely helped the value. A really cool hidden button design on this as well. Another one that was super long, almost 3.5 feet long, sold for 80. We got a back-to-back LL Bean items here. This one sold for 90. This was a vintage fisherman sweater. You can see these really cool cable knit designs. It also had a speckled texture to it. Really cool colorway of like that oatmeal tan brown color. Made in Ireland. So many good things going for this one. I knew it would sell great, but it sold for even more than I thought, of 90 bucks. This one, I was really on the fence picking it up at the thrift store because the condition was just not that good on this jacket. The brand is called True Gear. And this is the Kapow jacket in size 2XL. Really excellent brand and jacket to be on the lookout for. If you find this in perfect condition, you can get way more money for this. But this had staining all over the front and even on the sleeves, and I think even some holes. Their little logo is a thumbs up. So if you see that thumbs up logo, definitely be on the lookout to see if it is from this brand. Even with all those flaws, it still sold for 85 plus shipping. Next up, we have this Billy Reed cardigan. This is the tag that you're looking for. This is my first time ever finding this brand. I'd been on the lookout for it for a while. Had a nice shawl neck cardigan with the pockets. Really cool design here. And it was almost made of like a sweatshirt material, which I think is just a very modern style these days. And it sold for full price of 90 bucks plus shipping. I paid 30 bucks for this Aviator Nation hoodie. It was full zip, had a really cool logo down the sleeve and on the chest. This is what the inside tag looks like right here. A good size of XL. It sold for 90 bucks plus shipping, and that thing sold super fast. Here's a good boot brand to be on the lookout for. The brand is called Asterflex. It's really hard to see that logo because it's just embossed into the insole. So if the insole has any wear, it's going to be really hard to see it. But these are what they look like from the outside. Asterflex is a Huckberry brand, which is one of the reasons I knew that it was probably going to be a pretty good item. It's also made in Italy, so those two things combined, it's got a pretty good baseline value. These Chelsea boots sold for $90. And I was lucky enough to find another True Gear jacket, and this one was in a lot better condition. Once again, you see these thumbs up logos all around. And this is what their more traditional tag looks like. But just a nice waterproof ski jacket. This one had, nice green color with the white and black accents all over it. And it sold for $100 plus shipping. Everybody's favorite, a vintage Carhartt jacket, sold for $100 plus shipping. This one had some really cool chore pockets on it. It had the snap over the zipper. Really cool piece here. This was the 101683, which means it's actually not even vintage. This is like a modern jacket. The model name was the Canyon Canvas, I guess. Quilted jacket. Either way, it sold for $100, so I'm not complaining. I paid up $45 for this Canali dress shirt, but it was new with the tags, so I had to risk it because I saw these were selling for really good money and really fast. The retail price on it was $275. You can see right here it ended up selling for $110, so really happy about that flip. And this is the tag that you're looking for. Canali, pretty good pretty good formal wear or menswear brand if you find a suit in Canali. It might take a little bit longer to sell, but you're probably going to get good money for it. I paid $40 for these Nike Vomeros at the Dick's Warehouse clearance event. These were just really sharp shoes. I figured these were going to be good. And after looking up, I was right, and these sold for $94. Here we have another long jacket special. How long is this thing? This one's even longer. This one is 4 feet 3 inches long, a super long jacket. Vintage Eddie Bauer 2XLT herringbone wool overcoat. It did have a couple of small flaws. This is the vintage tag. You can see here, tall men's 2XL with the wool shell. Leather trim on the collar. Just a really cool piece. This thing sold fast for $100. I probably underpriced it. Here we have back-to-back sales of some New Balance 990s. I picked these both up from Marshall's on the yellow tag event for, I think, $49 or maybe $59. Either way, my goal was to price these to sell them fast because I knew other people were going to be picking these up at the Marshall's sale. And I was able to sell the first one for $100, and then I raised my price up to $120 and got the second one sold. So a nice little quick flip, especially for size men's 14, which is typically a slower seller. Super happy about that. This is probably my favorite brand of the year. I've found the brand Relwyn 3 times this year, which I had never found it at all before this year. But this is the tag that you're looking for. If you find this tag, just buy it. Even if you have to pay up, their items are so good. They sell so fast. They're super high quality. This was the sailcloth tanker military jacket. It sold for $135 plus shipping. Here's that other Peter Millar jacket I found at Marshall's for, I think, $48 or $49 or something like that. And it sold for $140. This one really surprised me. This was a vintage 90s Champion reverse weave. Just a blank, like teal colored sweatshirt. You can see right here, it had the date somewhere. Yeah, 1994. So that was good because it let me know that it was 90s and it was made in USA. I listed this one really high, I think at like $165, and I started getting offers immediately. And I ended up just taking an offer of $110 to get it sold in one day. I'm not going to cry about making that much money on one sale. I think I paid $12 for that. And my best sale of the month was this vintage Polo Ralph Lauren wool bomber jacket. Really cool vintage tag with the plaid flannel lining. Super heavyweight wool outside. I remember paying up $50 at the thrift store thinking, I hope that I can sell this for $100 quickly. I ended up listing it really high at $200 and taking my time to get it sold, but it did pay off because it ended up selling for $161.45 plus shipping. If you made it this far in the video, consider subscribing to the channel to learn more about reselling to put more money in your pocket. Thanks so much for checking out the video. I hope you guys learned something, and we'll see you in the next one.